Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. You made it to Thursday. We're almost through with the week. Good to have you with us. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. Stick around because we're going to be talking about an AI conference we just had and what our students were able to gain from that. And we've got something going on with the fashion department. Big event tomorrow. We'll talk all about that in just a second. But Alberta is my co-host this morning. Alberta, you've got a big day coming up next week too, right?
Yes, I do. It's graduation time.
Yeah, so you're going to be graduating. But the good news is you're interested in continuing your studies here at HCC, right?
I wear many hats and I'm just trying to put them all on.
That's great. Well, congratulations on this first step, and we wish you all the best of luck, and we're glad to have you with us on the show. We want to thank all of you for watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here every morning at 10 a.m. You can catch us just about every morning, 10 a.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. Always you can catch, though, the rebroadcast of our shows in many ways. Alberta, tell them where they can find us on both social media and on TV.
Well, you can find us on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and on YouTube. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and you can find us on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m., Monday through Friday.
That's right. Okay, Alberta, stick around because you're going to be talking to this next guest. We mentioned the AI department had a big event. Samir Saber is joining us now. He's the Dean of Digital and IT Center of Excellence and the Executive Director of Workforce Technology. Hey, Samir, how you doing?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning to you. I know you guys had a big event just recently, and we're going to talk more about that. So stick around. We're going to be with you in about 10 minutes. All right, we're going to kick things off right now. The Fashion Merchandising Program Coordinator, Cheryl Whitaker, is joining us. She's with the Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you?
Good morning. Great to be here.
Good to see you again. So you guys have a big event happening tomorrow as well.
We do. We're pretty excited about it. We're over here in the gym right now getting set up.
So it's called Euphoric Bloom. It's the spring fashion show tomorrow. Is this the first one you've had in person again where people can come attend?
Yes, it is. And that's where it's really a special event, I think, just because we haven't had a live in-person show since 2019.
Right.
And we're all pretty excited about this big production tomorrow.
And if you're wondering, you're looking at you have a live look right there, and this is actually happening over at the Central College. Tell us what everybody's looking at. This is where the event's going to happen tomorrow night?
It is. We're going to be in the Central Campus gym. And right now what you see are my students setting up the set design. It's a huge collaboration between multiple departments. And we're just getting everything set up today so that we can have a great show tomorrow.
The theme is Euphoric Bloom. Tell us about that and how the theme came about, why you chose it.
So one of the things that we do in the fashion promotion class is challenge students. They're producing this show. I'm just sort of guiding them. And so we did a lot of brainstorming back and forth in relationship to what the design students were doing. And this was the name that the students came up with.
And for people wondering about tomorrow, how it all works, you collaborate with a lot of different departments for your events. Maybe you could talk about that collaboration.
We do. So last semester, we decided to really, because we're still, the pandemic forced us to be a lot more creative than we normally are. And so we decided to start collaborating with some of the great departments here at Houston Community College, that being filmmaking, photography, drama, the XR lab. And so we had a great time last semester. We came up with a great show and we wanted to continue that. And so this one is even bigger than the last semester.
Okay, so for people interested in going, tell us all the ifs, ands, and buts, everything about it, when, where it's going to be, and how they would attend and how they get tickets.
So it's an invite-only event.
Okay.
Our design students are allowed to bring in +3 guests.
Okay.
But because it's our first time coming back, we wanted to limit the amount of guests in the space. And so, but the beauty of it is, and thanks to you all, we are going to live stream it on all HCCTV outlets, social media outlets, that is. And so everyone will be able to see it. and enjoy it and cheer on their favorite designer.
Yeah, you say thanks to us, but we're just like plugging it in and letting you guys do it. Really want to thank Julie Newland because she's got her team out there and they're actually going to be doing the video production of the whole event. So really, she just provides us a feed and we get it out there for you. But maybe you can talk about having Julie on board because they seem, I love working with you guys because Julie really knows what she's doing. We've had her on the show several times, but it's always a pleasure because you get such a great product with her.
Julie is amazing, and she brings an amazing crew with her. They're probably loading in right now, if not, they're on their way. But yeah, she is amazing to work with, and she always adds a lot to our productions, and it's just been a great partnership with her.
We don't need an exact number, ballpark number of how many students are involved in this production. If you could think the fashion merchandising, the other departments, and even Julie's team.
All total, I think we've got in production on average about 106 people.
Wow. Wow.
Because we have so many different disciplines participating.
Yeah.
We've got some student volunteers, and that was the lunch count I gave yesterday. So that's how I know how many. That's
a good way of finding out. That lunch count's usually pretty accurate. People want to get fed when they're working. Let me ask you this, though. I see a number of things being set up now. Will you have models that'll be wearing some of the fashions? Is it going to look like just one of our normal fashion shows?
Absolutely. So we did a model call, and we have about 35 models coming in to help us with our production. They'll be in tomorrow for hair and makeup and setup. And yeah, we're just looking forward to this great show.
And you mentioned hair and makeup. We can't forget about the cosmetology department because I imagine they're fully involved with this too, right?
The Glam Squad is on board. They are amazing. That is the name that they go by, and they earned it, rightfully so. So yes, they are also a part of our team.
Well, you know, you guys also have a live stream show that we work with you on here at HCCTV. And I believe y'all have a show later on today at 1 p.m. Have you had a chance to be involved with that yet?
We do. No, I've been in this realm. But yes, our department chair, Andrea Bonner, will host her lifestyle show later on today.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was great. I saw the last one last time.
Yeah, so 1 p.m., you can watch it on Facebook Live and YouTube. And tomorrow night, we'll be live streaming everything that Julie sends us with her team. It'll be on YouTube, Facebook, all of our social media platforms, so make sure you look for it. Great to have you on the show, Cheryl. We really appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you getting the word out for us.
Yeah, and congratulations getting back in person again.
Thank you. Yeah, we're so excited.
Cheryl Whitaker, she is the Fashion Merchandising Program Coordinator for the Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence. We'll have all the information on the show where you can watch it in our social media post after the show. Okay, we're going to turn things over to Alberta. And Alberta, last weekend, there was a big event at the West Houston Institute involving AI. You're going to talk with Samir and tell us all about that.
Yes, I am. So moving on to Samir. He is the Dean of Digital and IT Center of Excellence and Executive Director of Workforce Technology. Thank you for joining the show today, Samir. How are you?
Of course. Hi, Alberta.
So you have some exciting news to share about hosting HCC's inaugural AI conference at the West Houston Institute last weekend. Can you please tell us all about that? Can you?
I had a slight interruption there. So yeah, I didn't get the last part, but it was our first inaugural conference, and it's been great timing because the entire industry is buzzing about AI lately. So our mission was to bring the academia, the students, of course, the industry, and all our partners together, and we were able to pull it in basically 3 or 4 months. Around January is when we thought about it, and we weren't sure if it would be in person, and due to the surge in COVID, but we somehow pulled it through, and mission has been accomplished, and we're ready for next year.
That sounds great. So it sounds like it was quite a success, given all the obstacles, right? So you said that the Computer Science Club did a lot of the work. So does this mean that the students were a major force behind that?
Yeah, so it was the vision was our president Denzel Wilson from the CSA club and our VP Niti also helped out tremendously, but it was their vision. They were very ambitious about wanting a 2-day conference. I knew it would be a real challenge, but they needed all the mentorship they could and all the add-ons from HCC. So we made it a success thanks to them. Yeah. And also all the board members from CSA, the club, they all just worked all the time pretty much.
Okay. So I saw from the photos that you had several panel discussions and presentations. What were involved with those?
Yeah, so we had a lot of different panels. The first day was academia, and we had educational leaders from UHD, UH Victoria. That was the first panel. We had a student panel that day as well, some presentations, and then a big presentation from NVIDIA. And on the industry day, we also had a lot of panels, AI and IT and energy. We had a great diversity panel. Just a lot of, we had 120 that came in person each day. And then we also had over 500 registrations. We were streaming everything live. So we had hundreds that were tuned in online as well, which was pretty awesome to do.
Do you feel that the interaction, without COVID, we have all these virtual interactions. Do you feel that that was something that made it more convenient for students and people like that who wanted to be involved? Like, obviously, it's more difficult to be engaged with something virtual, with something like this, but do you think that people still got a good benefit from that?
Yeah, it was the best of both worlds. We knew some would want to be at home, especially or on Fridays. Everybody's kind of working.
Right.
So we recorded the whole thing, so you can watch it on YouTube. There's a DIT CSA channel. It's each recording is about 8 hours live, and we had some virtual presentations as well, where we had some guest speakers that only presented virtually. So that was during lunchtime and things like that.
Okay. So tell us what the mission of the conference was. What was the main focus aside from the technical?
Well, the core mission was to really bridge everyone together, to connect the dots. So there's a lot of interest in town for AI. So and students don't necessarily know how to get started. We also have a lot of schools that are getting into AI. We have a 2-year degree in AI, and we submitted a 4-year degree that we're waiting for the state to approve. Other schools, such as UH Downtown, they have a master's in AI that they're working on. The Rice Kennedy Institute has also been doing a lot of work. The ION is bringing AI in Houston kind of group together. So everything is headed that way. I would say in Houston, and the energy sector and healthcare are just needing a lot of AI kind of work and talent. Yeah. And so we're building that right now. We're being part of it.
Hey, Alberta, I wanted to jump in real fast with a question. I know Samir, we've been hearing a lot about this ION Center. And if people aren't familiar with it, you may remember the old Sears building downtown Houston. They've turned that into an incredible building. A couple of questions. Are they up and running with the ION Center now? And I'd heard that we were going to have some involvement with it. What is HCC's role moving forward? Are we still exploring that?
Yeah, so I actually just met the executive director, Mr. Odegaard, from there, thanks to the conference. I know that they're actually doing a grand opening soon. So they haven't been officially open because of COVID and whatnot, but they still had some activities going on. One of our students from CSA will kind of be the ambassador liaison there as a student. I know like I said, they're looking to do some sort of AI in Houston incubator, if you will, or way to bridge everybody. And so we're discussing these things as well right now.
Have you been inside of it? Because I've been interested. I've seen some renderings when it was going on, but have you been inside and see what it's like? I mean, are they going to hold classes there? Are they going to have any shopping in there? What's it going to be about?
I have not been in there yet, but it's essentially a way for everyone to network together. There's working space, right? They do have a good number of workshops coming up. You can look online. They have all kinds of free training, and that's the vision behind the AI in Houston group will be to bring in some of those workshops and activities there.
Yeah, because it looks phenomenal for when, and I know it's been in the works for a couple of years with doing that. AI is something that seems to be getting a lot of press nowadays, and I know we play a big role in that. And you mentioned about continuing education opportunities with HCC and some of our partners with getting a 2- and 4-year degree. Are there different levels of certifications, though, if someone is interested in looking into it to where they say, you know what, I'm not sure if I want to get a 4-year degree, but can they go through levels of certification with just a 2-year program and get some viable work out of that?
Yeah, that's the space right now in terms of certifications and training is still very new. You know, we were the first to launch a 2-year degree in 2017. 2021, fall of 21. So very recent. And in terms of certifications, you don't really have anything right now. I can tell you that in terms of small workshops, we've been talking to Rice. They're also interested in doing small workshops to get people into it, because that's part of why we had the conference is students and everyone, they're not sure how to get into it right now. So it's really been about some of the bigger vendors like the Microsofts and NVIDIA showing the kits.
I think we got held up with.
So yeah, we have the 2-year degree.
Yeah, we had a freeze on your stream there.
Oh no.
Do our students also have an option for, being that you've got such large companies involved with this program? Are there more options for students for getting scholarships and grants for AI at this point?
Yeah. So we do have quite a bit of funding from different sources, PEP solutions. So those have been good sources of funding. We're graduating the first class from the AI program. We have 4 graduates that are walking this semester. We have around 80 students that are enrolled in the AI program, and I'm sure that number went up after the conference.
Are those 4 graduates going to be going on to partnering universities, or are they going directly into the job market? Do you know?
Both. Some of them are going into, we're hoping we get our bachelor's degree ironed out so they can start in fall of 2023. But some of them are going out of state because there are no bachelors around town right now. Schools such as U of H Victoria are working on that. It's more at the master's level right now, right? At Rice as well. So yeah, but jobs wise, they're in very high demand. I can tell you NVIDIA is very interested in hiring our students because of the way we've had hands-on and equipment donated from them. And we've had some visits from them in our lab, actually this room I'm in right now. They were very impressed with the way we've used their jets and nanos, their way.
Looks like we're having some streaming issues with Samir.
As much.
We're having some streaming issues with you, Samir, but we appreciate you joining us on the show. Thanks for being here this morning. If you're interested in the AI program, we're going to put some links in our social media posts. It just goes to prove that HCC is groundbreaking here with offering this program. Not a lot of places are doing it, and we're definitely one of the first. Samir, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Samir.
Apologize for the network issues.
Oh, that's all right. It happens. All right, we're going to get back into the show with some announcements we have. We do have a couple of things to talk about. One of them, along the same lines, Apple workshops. Those are being offered to our students as well, Alberta.
Yes, they are. We have Apple workshops. HCC is hosting another free Apple workshop for all students, staff, and faculty to introduce the operating system in Mac computer and iPads. This event will be held at noon to 2 p.m. Friday, May 6th, and that's tomorrow at the HCC Felix Frega campus.
Okay, Insurrect TXS. Okay, Matt Manalo exhibit is happening. Matt creates art with various raw materials found, collected, or donated promoting the idea of scarcity and abundance. Interesting, right? It's happening through May the 15th. It'll be on display at the Wedge Space Arts Lab at HCC's Southeast College. If you'd like to attend that, we'll have some information on how you can do so in our social media post. And the Office of Business Opportunity Certification, they're offering something as well, Alberta.
This is very interesting. So the HCC will host a virtual presentation on certifications offering the City of Houston's Office of Business Opportunity. This event will be held at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tuesday, May 10th, and this is also virtual. We will have a speaker named Vanessa Applin-Lesson, Senior Business Development Coordinator.
That's right. It's the Office of Business Opportunity, OBO. They certify the following types of businesses: minority business enterprises, women business enterprises, small business enterprises, and persons with disabilities business enterprises. We'll have registration info after our show. And DEI, they're offering professional development training. Dr. Donna Davis, our DEI officer, is hosting a virtual morning and afternoon professional development training and certification program series called Change Agency and Allyship. Morning session is Monday, May the 16th from 10:30 a.m. to noon. There's an afternoon session on that same day, May 16th, 2:30 p.m. till 4 p.m. How would you like to, if you'd like to attend it rather, we'll tell you how in the post after our show. And STEM summer camps, those are going to be happening district-wide.
Awesome. So we have STEM Summer Camp at HCC's Community Learning Program, and Texas A&M AgriLife is hosting STEM Summer Camps to promote the new Katy campus. And this will be a drone Swift camp on June 27th through July 1st. And it'll be at the HCC Southwest Stafford campus. And we'll have that link for you after the show.
Yes. So if you need something for your kids to do, this would be a perfect opportunity. Absolutely. Keep in mind, though, these summer camps at HCC, especially the ones that are STEM related, we held some in virtually, but when we were doing them in person before, they sign up pretty quickly. So if you're remotely interested in this, sign the kids up for it now. Now's the time to do it. It happens June 27th through July 1st, but you really want to lock in your registration as early as possible. We'll have a link in our social media post after the show. Okay, fall registration is underway. We're already talking fall 2022. You can still register, though, for summer classes. Those will be starting soon. Register today for that. But fall 2022 registration has now been posted online, and you can actually register for those classes. Everyone can enroll at this time. There are 5 ways to learn. 2 of them are online. 2 of them are hybrid. And then we have in-person classes again. What was your favorite, Alberta? If you could think of your favorite classes this last year, what was your favorite one?
Hybrid, definitely.
Hybrid. Any specific class that you think of?
The one I just finished taking, electronic media, it was a lab hybrid. So we would go in and we would do a lecture / hands-on learning. Yeah. And virtually we would listen to the lecture, and that gives us time to do some personal stuff and learn at the same time.
There you go. And that was a hybrid class, hybrid lab, I should mention.
Yes.
So you got those hybrids. You got 2 options there, 2 online completely. And then one of them is option of going in person. And we reopened our campuses. All of them have reopened back in October. Classes are going on campuses, so you can go take your class in person if that's your favorite way to do so. Make sure you register early. Register today at hccs.edu/apply. Okay, so tomorrow on the show, we've got a special guest from Culture Map, Alberta.
Cool. So we have Alex Bentley of Culture Map will be joining us to give his take on the latest film releases and streaming platforms.
Yes. Okay. And remember, we were talking to the folks from our fashion merchandising department earlier. They've got the big fashion show tomorrow, Euphoric Bloom. We'll continue our discussion on that tomorrow as well. We'll have another department here to discuss photography and how students are taking part with that involving Euphoric Bloom. And as we mentioned, they will be live streaming it tomorrow night. Even though it's an in-person deal, it's invitation only. So you can watch it, though, on live stream. It'll be on all of HCC's social media channels. Look for us as Houston Community College district, and you can definitely watch the show tomorrow. Okay, Alberta, you are going to be here next week, right?
Yes, we have an exciting music guest on Monday, and I cannot wait to share it with you all.
All right. So you got a music guest on Monday. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Next week, graduation. We'll look forward to that as well. All right, folks, have a great day. We will see you all live tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here for Up to the Minute.